know, the talent show was always about, you know, they announce it and you hear about the talent show however you hear about it. Because, you know, cats was dancing in any high school talent show they could get. It don't matter if you went to the school. It don't matter if you was in that school district. You know, we in DeKalb County. Yeah, we gonna dance at Washington High School talent show. Yeah, we gonna dance at Thero talent show. Whoever having a talent show, we there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it was. But then, you know, you gotta click up and get in somebody's car or all troop over there and ride the bus to do the audition. You know, you got to audition for the talent show. You don't just show up that day and say, hey, we performing in y'all's talent show. You got to go audition and, you know, do you make the cut? Like, it was a whole, it was real, you know what I'm saying? With, you know, auditioning and everything, you know, and the whole nine.
You had to come up with a game, man. You got to get the crowd attention from the beginning. You just can't come on stage and just start dancing. Then we figured out, you know, you gotta start doing transition. You can't stay in the same spot the whole time. I mean, you gotta keep the crowd the whole time you dance.
Coming up with the intro, maybe coming up with a little skit or a little funny part. Then you gotta go find your outfit. Like, what are y'all gonna wear? You know what I'm saying? You going to, you know, we danced in pajamas to military, you know, army fatigues.
And I mean, like, I think the first group I seen come out there with that smoke screen was Obsession. Not Obsession. Royal Passion, the white suits on. Looking like, what's that video with Mike Tyson? Smooth Criminal.
To, you know, I think probably the dopest outfit was when 14K wore the, you know, because the movie Batman was real popular at that time in 1989. So when they wore the Joker outfit, and a couple of groups have worn that, you know, that same outfit. I don't know how that works.
Obsession with the Joker outfit. I mean, you just gotta come to the stage, man, with the game. You can't just step on that.
You know, the crowd pleasers that came in with skits, funny skits. You know, those cats, you know, big up to A-Dog, because he was one of the first ones, you know, that we did a lot of shows with too, that we were like, man, y'all dope. You know what I'm saying? Because they would come out there in wigs and dresses, you know what I'm saying, on skits, making folks laugh, and it was just, they brought something different to the table.
Trying to find a DJ to make your tape, trying to which songs to choose.
So everybody was going to the J-Team to get their tapes made. If you didn't get Kids Rock to make it, if you didn't get Player Poncho or whoever other DJs want to make it, you were going to get LJ himself or Lady DJ.
And it also goes into like mixing the song. Like, say, you know, another thing that was popular part of this culture at that time too was like the whole pillow bass and the Edward J thing of taking maybe a slow R&B song and mixing it with a sped up Miami bass song or whatever. So you could mix somebody. So if in your talent show tape, if you had like somebody's favorite slow song but like sped up and you was dancing off of it, like it was just all kind of things you could do to help pull the crowd in just with your music alone. You know, to say nothing of your outfit or the actual moves you were doing.
It was very important because how we choreographed was to the music and different beats and how we, you know, work different sequences in. It was always to, you know, whatever song that we decided. We would listen to songs and say, okay, this song goes best with him.
I guess looking back at it, the breakdown served two purposes. Number one, cats was tired. You know, we were dancing hella fast a lot of times and you know, doing high energy moves, etc., for, you know, minutes, you know, a few minutes straight. But I think the most important part of it, from my perspective, was just for the girls. The girls loved it, you know what I'm saying? Because on that part, you're typically doing slower moves and you grinding, you're on the ground, you hunching the crowd, you know, you licking your tongue out at the girls, and they just love that. So to me, that whole breakdown part was just mainly for the girls.
So our first talent show we did together as a group, Korey couldn't make it, but the rest of us did. We did in Westlake. I was Westlake 93. And we went out there and we won our first talent show. We had learned about all the slow breakdowns. We didn't know about all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we learned about all the slow breakdowns, doing our thing.
When that fire hits you, it's like, you know, we really don't focus on them around you. Like, we would be on stage, you know, just talking to each other. Like, where you at? Come on, get some. I mean, and really wouldn't even hear the music. We just knew what the routine was because we worked on so much in the lab that, you know, that was just a fire, man. You know, we just boost each other up on stage.
Fire, like, when you just to the point of like, you just running so much heat, you may be tired and you don't even feel it because you're just going so hard at either you're dancing against or whatever you're trying to wing it or whatever you're doing. And we danced at North Clayton Talent Show.
We won North Clayton Talent Show in 93. Then we danced at Banneker Talent Show. Banneker Talent, we danced and we won it.
And I remember just sitting in the crowd, man, and the Crowd Pleasers was performing. They danced, they had a real nice show tape, and they had this one part of their show tape that it was Kilo, when he had that song, Suckers on the Side Looking Mighty Jealous. And they had that part edited in their tape, and they just kept saying, Suckers on the Side Looking Mighty Jealous, and the Crowd Pleasers was pointing at us. We had never ever danced against them, but they had been defeated by Obsession 1 so long, they put everything toward us. So I mean, again, the talent show was so big, man. And when we went on stage to perform, these people had never seen Obsession 2 perform as a group before. But I swear, when they called our name, every girl in Southwest ran to the stage. It was, I mean, we were just as big as Raw Passion, and Raw Passion went to Southwest. They was the hometown favorite. And I remember at the end of the talent show, man, we didn't even place. It was like we were non-existent. And we had a hothead in our group. His name was King. He was so upset about us losing that talent show that before the talent show, you know, we were all sitting together in the group. Raw Passion had 5 members. We had 5 members. So it was 10 strong. We sitting up in the stands. We just chilling. But when they won that trophy, man, they put a big separation between us and them. They let us know they won. And Ken, he told them, we need to practice, we need to battle for that trophy outside. So when we got outside of that talent show, man, Ken went slam off in the middle of the parking lot because he knew we had practiced so hard. And we practiced so hard, and just to get beat by the hometown favorite, you know, that just didn't sit right with us. But
and we did a lot of battles at Jelly Beans with you know, Guess. Guess was our nemesis. You know, you had Zanard, you had Tico, you had Ronnie, you had Pat, you had Rico, you had who else? Low Dog. You know what I'm saying? Carlos, Low Dog, you had him, you had Tarion, which is a female, and they brought it. I mean, they had that Southwest Atlanta swag, you know, that was on fire. And you know, those cats really throw. They gave us our work, you know what I'm saying? They made us work for, you know, that name we had. And it was a great battle. We all still cool to this day.
We met Fat Nose before too, another guy was with 911. We met him a couple of times. He did dig up, so he gave us a shout out too. Y'all do your thing, man. So, you know, kind of meet those guys. I also met Kevin. We met Kevin one day. It was funny how we met him. We met him at Club 731 on Calhoun Road. So Kevin was like, man, y'all gonna dance to the 911 day, man? Y'all gotta really bring it, man. He's like, alright, we're gonna do it. We're like, alright, it's cool. So, you know, we had the graces from one dude from the original 911. Because the name 911, we had to uphold that name because everybody wanted to battle 911. No matter if it was an old 911 or new 911, it was the name itself which carried a lot of weight. And so a lot of people wanted us to battle 911.
And it was like we had a red dot on our head, man, because just being in Obsession 2, man, everybody wanted a piece of us because nobody could dethrone Obsession 1. I mean, and again, we had that red dot on our forehead because a lot of things that people know they couldn't do to Obsession 1, they felt like they could do it to Obsession 2.
Of course, here Boone and Ken used to dance together. They was an Obsession 2. And we had our group. So I mean, it was brotherly love, man. But you know, they would walk away with some, we would walk away with some. But I think the first time we got them was Locked On Talent Show. You know, it felt good because, you know, they were doing their thing. And by that time, Obsession and the Guest had done laid it down for everybody else. But they got us back at the Avondale Talent Show. You know, they walked away with everything. So we did get first place dance, but they walked away with the overall performance.
Went to the east side to like the Gate and Excess or whatever going out there. And we found them same dudes. And them dudes that want to battle us and dance. I know we used to battle people. It was a group, Universal Freaks. I ain't gonna lie, y'all niggas listen, we just light y'all niggas up every time we seen y'all. We lit y'all niggas up every time we seen y'all. Every time we see y'all niggas the business, every time we seen y'all. But anyway, don't mean to digress, I just had to get that out there.
Dancing was almost like being in a game. You didn't deal with another group, period. And it wasn't hatred, but it was like, you know, we had borderlines. Like, you don't cross, you know, we don't really deal with each other. You know, it was it wasn't hatred, but it was a slight dislike there. You know, you dance with them, I don't really deal with you.
Here's what it is, bro. I mean, we gave y'all niggas to work. Every time, we used to love giving y'all niggas to work. We used to be like, damn them universal freak niggas. They ain't know it because we seen them niggas. We used to come and run to them. They had to come, we used to find them. They had to find us, we used to come find them. You know, Kissy do his thing. I mean, no doubt, but he had some dances. Thunder, Hurricane, like, we gave y'all the business too. Y'all niggas didn't even like seeing us. We said, all we want to do is battle. Y'all niggas know what we gave y'all to work to. You can say you don't remember it. You can say, oh, no, that ain't the case. I'm telling you, this 911 move, we gave y'all niggas to work. We gave y'all every bit of business y'all want. Of that. The only thing we didn't have y'all was a business card.
Going to the showcase one night, that's what we call it. We went to the showcase one night. It was myself, Ken, and Rico, and Ricardo, Cuddy Cartel. And we went to the showcase one night, man, and 911 and the Crowd Pleasers was there. And they were two separate groups, but they were so close, they kind of like men together. And a couple of weeks before I even went to the showcase, 911 had danced on Apollo. And I remember being in front of the TV like, man, they jamming. Like, I was so proud, man, to see our style on TV, especially in New York. And they didn't really know how to accept it in New York. It was comedy to them. They laughed. But, you know, now one they jammed. It was Kay, Kevin, Michael Jordan, I think Tony. I think those were the four that danced that night. But they was just jamming. You know, sat those anyway. But we ended up getting to the showcase a couple weeks after that, and they was in the showcase. And again, we had Ken, he's a hothead. Ken would dance against anybody. So we were in the showcase, and Ken ended up doing something. And next thing you know, 911 just bust out and did that same routine that they did on Apollo against us in the showcase. When I tell you, they tore our ass up. I mean, excuse my French, but they served our ass.
Where y'all from, man? Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, what y'all gonna do, dance? Yeah, they gonna dance, y'all. 911.
Cocky. We was at the club, the warehouse. We weren't old enough to get in there yet. You know, you got to be 21 to get in there. And so, you know, we went to the warehouse. We got in now. Went there, and it was upstairs. I never forget, it was upstairs. And it was some dudes. I don't know who they were. They didn't older than us. But you know, we cocky. And so, you know, who's in there? We seen dudes just kind of dancing. So we just kind of act silly. You know how you try to draw niggas' attention, let them dance too. We kind of stand to the side. Just standing there like he ain't dancing all the time. See niggas looking. Y'all really like, yeah, break out, just come out, start coming to niggas, dancing. Well, we only seen about 3 of them. We didn't know about 10 of them niggas. And so, anyway, these niggas break out. All right, them niggas came out so hard and tore us up so bad. Wonder who's it? Mike stopped dancing. Mike like, man, I ain't dancing. Like, dude, just stop that. Like, these niggas lighting us out here, man. Them niggas gave us so much work, man, we couldn't do nothing about it. I mean, we thought we were gonna keep dancing, niggas kept going. Niggas wouldn't stop, we just walked off.
When we're talking about this whole culture, Atlanta culture, and one thing I left out that is exceptionally critical to the conversation when you talk about the culture is, and you mentioned it, is the clubs, the teen clubs. You know, when you like being in college here and meeting people now that I'm older from different places. You know, so many people moving here from Atlanta. I got a lot of good homies and stuff that's not from here, so trying to explain this culture to them. What I'm guessing from what I hear, I guess other cities didn't really have this whole idea of clubs for teens, because when everybody come here, Atlanta is a big club city as far as the strip clubs, regular clubs, whatever. So a lot of young black people, they come here, they love that. But I think being born and raised here or having lived here for a long time, we kind of take that for granted because we've been clubbing since we was 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? And these clubs were just as serious as any adult club. It's fighting in there, it's drinking, it's weed, you know, it's whatever. Sharon Showcase had, you know, the girls shaking, the men shaking, you know, doing their thing. So it's damn near a strip club, teen dance club, whatever you want to call it. Niggas getting drug out of there, niggas getting jumped on, the cops in there, like it was just all the way live. But going back from Sharon Showcase, you had, like you said, Jelly Beans, Motions, even that club at Six Flags, what it was called, Graffiti. You can't talk about this whole culture without, because all this stuff came up from the surface from those places. You know, probably Jelly Beans obviously being the most important, you know what I'm saying?
The club scene, I really got introduced to the club scene. I mean, I had been in the clubs, you know, we all from Atlanta and, you know, we grew up fast and we could get in the Sharon Showcase. And I'm pretty sure, you know, that has a lot to do with this whole style. I mean, that was somewhere you can go and you can get it all out. We also had Club Excess, that was just as popular, just as on and popular. But I mean, if you ask anybody about this style, you ask some older cats, they'll say Motions and, you know, the Phoenix and stuff like that. But from the time I started, it was Sharon Showcase and Club Excess.
Anybody that was everybody in Atlanta from the man, from Dungeon Family, Rico Wade, Pat Brown, Sleepy, that's what they call him, Ray, Sanard, you know, all them cats, you know what I'm saying? That's where it went down on Sunday night. Jelly Beans out on the west side.
Being a, you know, ghetto celebrity, it was cool for me. I never really had any problems with it because I was always, you know, a cat that was cool with everybody. I never had no beef, never had no problem.
Well, I was always a humble dude, you know what I mean? I wasn't one to try to gloat, you know, my, I guess, celebrityism in the hood or whatever, you know what I mean? I appreciated it. I appreciated people digging what I was doing. You know, I was always friendly to people. I didn't get the little big head where, you know, man, I was too big for the people that came and saw me, you know what I'm saying? I was still that cool run, you know, dapping up everybody, you know, hanging out with everybody still. You know what I'm saying? Go to party, I still crank it up, you know, with everybody. I just didn't let all that go to my head, you know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of people did, you know what I mean? It was like, you got to stay grounded, stay humble, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it teaches you, you know, I went to a whole different level outside of the crunk era. So, it taught me, yeah, I was a little paranoid of crowds because people will converge on you like, oh, you're like, oh, goodness, you know what I mean? I've been, you know, pulled in crowds before and all this type of stuff. But I still remained that humble guy, and I didn't let it affect me. You know, some people got so starstruck that it just, you know, you don't even know who they are anymore, you know what I mean? And people can still come up to me and say, what's up, Ron, man, you still doing your thing, man, or whatever, whoop. And it's still all love, you know what I'm saying? And anybody that know me know it's all love, you know what I'm saying? So I never let it affect me to a level where, you know, I couldn't handle it.
Well, it wasn't too hard to deal with because even before dancing, I just knew a lot of people. You know, again, I was as young as 4. So I knew people from my age all the way up to my oldest brother age. I just knew a lot of people. And then just coming from Atlanta and going to school in Decatur, I knew people from Atlanta to Decatur. I just knew a lot of people. So me dancing was just another element of me just knowing people.
But I think generally, I think it could invite, you know, dudes hating, you know what I'm saying? Because you getting girls liking you, because, you know, in addition to, the dancing was just when the talent shows came. But in addition to that, a lot of dancers could dress, a lot of dancers was preps, a lot of dancers were, you know, some of this stuff went hand in hand. So, you know, you got preps, you got cats that dance, but then you got thugs too, who some of them appreciated dancing and, you know, was with it, whatever. Some of them hated. So, you know, and again, you catching the bus, you going up to different cat schools, so you already don't belong, you know what I'm saying? So you coming up to somebody else's school, prepped out or on some dance and stuff or whatever, they looking at you like you come up there trying to take their girls, this and that. So there was some, I never had any problems myself. But, you know, it could have, I imagine for some people it might have got a little, you know.
There were a lot of cats that, they took a jealous heart when it came to dancers. You know, I remember being at certain clubs where, you know, we would walk in and, you know, girls automatically just used to be eyes open waiting for us to dance. You know, they loved it. And, I mean, even to this day, you know, women just love guys that dance, you know. But I remember clearly being in clubs and dudes would roll red drink-ons. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing they got confused is dancing back then, dancing had nothing to do with if a guy was soft. You know what I mean? You had some, I mean, especially guys that was in Atlanta, you know, you had thugs, they used to dance, you know what I'm saying? I mean, these was cold hard thugs, they just knew how to dance, you know what I'm saying? Because that whole style of dance had nothing to do with sizing a guy up, whether he was hard or soft, this, that, and the next. I mean, a lot of Decatur guys were real preppy. You know, we were smooth. And then a lot of Atlanta guys, they was really like thugged out. I mean, you had guys that was in two cruisers, they used to say adult. But they finished being on the block, they would be on the block in the lab. I clearly remember when I lived at Allen Temple, I used to look out the window and I could see two crucial dancing in the street. The same thing we did in Decatur. They would be in the street. I would see Vaughn, Pop, Shan, Baker. They would be in the middle of the street, labbing. I mean, going beyond hard. But, you know, when it's time to buy outfits, this, that, and the next, these guys, they didn't have jobs. You know, these guys would be on the block making money. You know, so you can't just say he danced, I'm going to size this guy up, I'm going to do this, that, and the next, you know.
Well, basically, I was considered a prep, man, you know. You know, people used to always tell me, man, you're a prep, but you don't have prep hard, you know. And my thing, you know, people look at it different. You know, prep was considered being just a person that could dress real good and, you know, kind of soft. But me, you know, I usually like to dress nice.
You know, in those times, going to Six Flags was the thing to do. And I remember one year we went to Six Flags on Halloween. We got the Coke can. We can get a big discount off. We got the Coke cans and went to Six Flags on Halloween. This was 89. Six Flags called Martyr. And a bunch of preps there. And niggas was just going through beating up preps. Like, I seen a prep get thrown over a lemonade stand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they was dressed so raw and their hair was so, like, I could see why people hated them, because they were just too fresh. Like, the way those cats used to dress was just so amazing. It was like, I guess how people were amazed at the dancing, people used to be amazed at the outfits too of the preps. And everybody who was a prep did dance, and everybody who danced wasn't a prep, but there was a lot of overlap, you know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people have their own different, you know, versions of what a prep is, you know. Well, I mean, more preppy to us, it was a movement as well as a style of dress. I mean, our style of dress, we didn't wear jeans, we didn't wear tennis shoes, you know, we wore slacks, blazers, ties. I mean, we
cats wearing blazers, the polo, of course Ralph Lauren figured very prominently in the whole prep thing, but
real slick style of dress, you know. Was it a style of dress? It was more of a movement, because you wasn't going to be a prep and then you out in the street wild.
Tennis vests, V-necks, polo ties.
I mean, we wore clear shoes with some socks for no skinny jeans. I don't know what it comes on. There's no skinny jeans. I would stop.
You know, Ralph Lauren, and I still have some to this day, like those light blue pants Ralph Lauren were making, polo pants. I had blue and pink, and the the tree torn tennis shoes, bands, a lot of skippers, polo skippers, the Benetton bags. I had a couple of those where cats even putting their tennis racket in the Benetton bag. Ain't played now their tennis in a life. You didn't have a style when you first started. You just biting off to you skating a lot, you transforming a lot, trying to just do what everybody else do, maybe whatever make the girls scream and this and that.
14K was there. 14K, I ain't lie. We bit some of their moves. We bit some of their moves, man. That was Broderick, Wally, Kareem. I don't know who else danced at that time, but original cast of that thing was like Carlos and Kay. And Broderick and all them, man, and Lewis too. You know what I'm saying? So, but we beat them there. But I ain't gonna lie, we bit some of their stuff. They were ready to fight, rightfully so. We used to open up for the strippers before they came out, and we seen that. We seen various videotapes of different people. We seen 14K, which is the dude that brought so much heat when they danced. I mean, they brought heat, and so we seen that. It was like, man, dude, when he get up in there one day, Korey, they live on MLK. He knows them. He's like, I can get us up in there. I can get us to do a show one day. I can just open up. I can get us to do. I'm like, all right. So we went up there one day to open up. Alright, when we get there, now remember, we still, at the time, we were biting some folks' stuff. Kay from the Real 911 was there. Carlos from 14K was there. And a few other folks. I think Roddy was there. I don't know. I'm like, oh man, we finna go ahead and do some of their stuff, bro. In front of them, open up for you folks at Silver Fox, and everybody know them too. And JR's on the microphone, you know what I'm saying? And so he's like, G.I. get that microphone first. He's like, check this out, right? We finna bring my boys out here. We finna go out and dance. What's your name? 911. 911. Okay. Okay. 911 coming to the stage. And so he said, well, first before we do this, I think he had something else going. They had some other music playing. And so we went in there and went to the bathroom. Carlos was like, man, let me see what y'all niggas got. We in the bathroom at the Silver Fight. Let me see what y'all niggas got. Him and Kay just standing there. So we doing some stuff. Hey nigga, that stuff look familiar, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, look, man. So I'm like, bro, we can put this stuff together. And they're like, man, y'all nigga doing our stuff. So we called Korey out. Korey, they were like, we got this nigga right here. This nigga showed us.
And at any rate, at this party, Todd was just telling me like what it was like back then. You just spent like 2 or 3 hours just telling me all about the dancing, like what it was like, and he was just describing to me like what it was like in the skating rings and how, and he even broke it down to kind of describe the differences between what people were doing on the west side of Atlanta with respect to dancing, and also on the east side. It was differences, and those differences even went to when I was dancing. You know what I'm saying? The west side had a certain type of style. It was all ATL, but the west side did it a certain way, and the east side kind of was focusing on a whole kind of different way. A little bit. I mean, of course, there was some overlap. It's all one style, but it was some differences amongst parts of town even.
I think for us, the different sides of Atlanta, man, the dance style being like, you say it was too crucial. They did a lot of hopping and jumping. I mean, so I think that's how the west side was. South side was more like crunk, flexing while they dancing. And the east side was just more smooth. And you can get the crunk when they yeet, but as far as the dancing, it's gonna flow. So I mean, but all of it was the same. It's crazy how it was just like the first generation crew, like you say, the west side you had with 14K, 911, APR, Too Crucial. Southside already was untouchable, but East Side, of course, obsession against all the.
Man, we picked up our side of it. Of course, we're on the South Side, we know what we do. But I never seen that style. We picked ours up from the West Side and from hanging around them. And like I said, with all the guys, we practiced in Allen Temple before, practicing on places like that. So that's how we picked up that style of it. And one thing I learned though about the style was that they were so into it. It was more like an intimidation factor. When I say that, is that you're dancing with somebody, and while you're dancing, you never had anybody dancing talking to you while you're dancing. Not talking to you, I'm talking, just talking generally. I mean, talking mad jump to you while they dancing. Nigga, I mean, I'm talking about, like, we dancing against, what we seen like 14K. And this dude named Wally, he danced, this nigga was growling. I mean, they're like, this nigga's crazy. But it's intimidating to the person who doesn't know about it. They like, hey, these niggas talking, they spin around and looking at while they talk, just talking to you while they spinning around and doing all this. Yeah, nigga. They're like, you don't want to know you're talking to them. You like, dang. And so we picked up on that style of dance.
Nowadays, people call it the Atlanta style. And again, it's fine that people say that because we are in Atlanta, you know, and it's a style of dance that come from this area, so it's cool to say, well, they're doing that Atlanta style. But to a dancer, it was almost borderline disrespectful because Atlanta was made up of like two styles. It was the style that APR and Too Crucial had. They danced really, really fast. Like they would speed their beats per minute up. And you know, like the beat would go, you know, they would dance to that speed.
We wasn't gonna get out there and dance 100 miles an hour, you know, like them, because that's their style. And they did it well. They did that thing well. I mean, they go out there and dance, you know, darn near 10 minutes, 8-10 minutes, full speed. You know what I'm saying? APR and Too Crucial, that's what they did. And their stuff was innovative, and it was cool for what they did.
And then you had another style of Atlanta that was beyond aggressive. It was so aggressive and Chris Chapman is partly responsible for that whole particular style.